I keep checking all of the comments, and it seems like the consensus is people want to keep squeaky. So I thank everybody who's sent me WD-40 and lithium grease and everything to alleviate. But as for now, I think squeaky will remain. All right. I'm getting ready to run to Judith Owen's house. We're going to record some things for her Sunday show. I said, let's do it in the late morning so I can avoid some of the horrors of traffic of Los Angeles. So I'm going to do this, and then I will head over and try to get back before rush hour kills me. God, it gets tough in here in town. Let's see. Have some other things to do when I get back, like everybody else. You have stuff to do. But I wanted to jump in and do something a little different today. I mean, they all have their unique qualities to me. But this was a, excuse me, just woke up a little. This, you know what this means. See, this was a project that I did with a friend in 1975. We had done some projects around this. After this, did Atlantic Crossing with Rod Stewart, Brian and Brenda Russell, different things. But this guy had a serious impact on Los Angeles in 1970. I guess it was 70 when they hit. And today I want to talk about Nigel Olsson. Now, Nigel Olsson was Elton John's drummer, still is if Elton was working again, if anybody was working. But the original lineup band that hit Los Angeles with an absolute vengeance at the Troubadour and kind of changed the whole music scene was Elton, Nigel, and Dee Murray on bass, who I deeply miss. Dee was one of my favorite bass players and gone way too young. And then later joined by Davy Johnston on guitar. And it kept building over the years, and then different people would come in. The incredible Ray Cooper came in on percussion and joined them. But that original one just was really amazing. So when I got the chance to do some projects with Nigel, it was really great. I really enjoyed him and his musicality on drums. He was a very really wonderful drummer to play with. And it was great on when we were in London with Phil Collins on the Not Dead Yet tour, the last tour we did. We were all staying in the Royal Garden Hotel, and Elton's whole band was in there too. So we got to see each other every day over there, and it was really great because Matt Bissonette has been playing bass with Elton ever since the passing of Bob Birch, and he's Greg Bissonette's brother. He's a great player too. So it was great to see him every day and see Davey and Nigel and all the cats in that. So they had a great band going. We did this on Rocket Records, which was Elton and Bernie Taupin's label, along with some other people involved in it. And I believe they ended up naming it just kind of from Rocket Man. It was such a big hit that they called it Rocket Records. And when I worked with Neil Sedaka, Neil was signed to Rocket Records. This album was produced by Gus Dudgeon, who I had done a great many projects with over the years. He was really one of the powerhouse producers around. And it has an amazing cast of characters on this one, so that's why I have my CN here with me. It's Nigel on drums, myself on bass on this, Dean Parks on guitar, Richie Zito on guitar, Davy Johnston on guitar, and Steve Cropper on guitar. Not a bad guitar section. Keyboards on this, David Foster and Elton John. not bad, I'll tell you. Gary Coleman, Jim Keltner, Ray Cooper, and Russ Kunkel all doing percussion on it. And the great Gene Page did the string arrangements on this. I can't countless records with the fabulous Gene Page. I could talk for days about Gene. One of the absolute amazing characters of this business. He had so many funny things that not quirks, but just things he did. And players always, the guys who were around my age that had the great fortune to work with Gene a lot, all have such great stories about him. He was one unique guy, and man, he could write string charts like there was nobody's business. And the horn section on this was Jackie Kelso, Jim Horn, Lou McCreary, and Steve Medeo. I mean, this is really a remarkable grouping of musicians that Nigel was able to assemble for this project. And it's a self-titled, I think the album is self-titled. I think it's Nigel Olsson on this. But he's got lots of stuff, and if it's something you would be curious about, please go look it up on here, and go on YouTube and pull up Nigel Olsson, and it's Olsson. Before I play something here, I also want to say what a treat it was yesterday to do the Billy Cobham webinar for Berkeley, to sit there and look at the grouping of musicians that came on there to talk with Billy, and the amount of fantastic information and just the conversation with Billy was really something else. He is something very special in this world, and I feel so incredibly fortunate that I got to be on one of the great seminal albums of the rock jazz fusion period of Spectrum with him, and then and then it was funny. We did that album. We finished everything within 2 days on that album, and never played again. We did it in 1973, and then in 2003, he called me up and he said, "Well, it's been 30 years. You want to go gig it?" And so we put together a band. Tommy Bolin had long since passed away, so Dean Brown ended up playing guitar, who plays with Marcus Miller, and he's a great player. And the incredible Gary Husband ended up playing keyboards on it, who's also a monstrous drummer. So the four of us, Billy and Gary and Dean and myself, went out and we did it was crazy. It was like something like 16 shows in 18 days, and we were doing 2 sets a night, like 80-minute sets, and covering all of Spectrum and Crosswinds and all kinds of stuff of Billy's career. But it was really great just to sit there and see all the David Garibaldis and Peter Erskines and all the guys who came on just to kind of pay homage to Billy, because he really is somebody that I've never met a drummer who doesn't walk away going, "Man, Billy Cobham, Jesus." He really set the bar quite high for everybody, even though he acknowledges where the bar was set when he came along and the guys he was following and stuff. So it was great. I had an absolutely fantastic time doing that yesterday and hanging with him. But we're going to get back to Nigel now. So here's a few songs from his album. I'm just going to go ahead and play these, but it's a hell of a lineup on here. And also remember, this is 1975. I think this one song here, this was a song written by the Bee Gees that we covered called Only One Woman. So here we go, Nige here. High voice. Yeah, Gene. You know, sometimes they have these beautiful, long, drawn-out fades with lots going. That was like, wham! Just pull it down. I always just appreciated Nigel's approach to, like, his fills and stuff. It's an incredible economy of movement in space with him, where you get a lot of these drums. Just it's like really tons of, and he's just like a few drums and just sets things up like that, and. There's just a beautiful economy in his playing, and I always appreciated that. Very, you know, a lot of his stuff was very signature. You know, even though he wasn't doing all this stuff, you kind of, oh, that's a Nigel fill. That's really cool. Hold on, let me see what we got here. Here's a song called "Something to Believe In." This will be a little bit different feel on this one. Gene Page's arrangements.
There ain't no road that's too long to follow, and there ain't no mountain too high to climb. And if I find out just where I'm going, I'll never know the reason why I cry. Give me something to believe in. My heart is aching. Something to believe in. It's worth the taking. Something to believe in. Something to believe in. When I'm feeling down. Hello world, hello tomorrow, hello world. Now you gotta help me say goodbye to sorrow. Because if I don't know just what I'm after, if I don't know, I just gotta search from day to day. Give me something to believe in.
Peace, love on this.
Something to believe in. Yeah, something to believe in. When I'm feeling down. I'll keep on going on. The best I think I can.
song fade. Yeah, I did so many things with Gene Page. His arrangements were always great. I did a lot of Motown, the Los Angeles-based Motown. We'd work a lot at the Motown studios down in Hollywood, and it was always fun there. You'd see all kinds of folks there, and different acts coming in and out and stuff. It was really fun. I'm gonna, if you will indulge me 1 second here, I want to check one thing out. And I did not see who the background singers were on this. There's some great singing on this, so let me see if I can quickly pull this up and see if I can get a little info before we move on to the next song here. Nigel Olsson, 1975. Let's credits. Not what I want to see, because the only credit it came up with is my name, and that's the last thing I want to see. Let's try discography. Sorry to be doing this, but I just want to see if it's possible to get some more information on this, because I didn't realize that Nigel had been playing with Uriah Heep in 1970. That's pretty great. Wow. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get a little bit more info. It gets hard sometimes just to get all the stuff you need to find out. Okay, background vocals. Oh, great. Brenda Russell, Brian Russell, that's who I met them first. I think that was one of the first projects that Nigel and I played on. Carmen Twilley, Carol Carmichael, Donnie Gerard, Kathy Collier, and Teddy Neely and Vanette Glaude. Teddy Neely, I forgot I did Teddy Neely's record, and he was Jesus Christ Superstar. Okay, I'll get back to some music now. I just wanted to place credits to some amazing people here that for some reason passed me by when I was looking up the information on this. There's always so much to assimilate. So I'm going to jump. This is a song called "A Girl Like You." I think I got 2 more songs I'd like to play here.
I don't know what it's all about, but I feel I'll soon find out. I'm sure never felt this secure. It's nothing like I ever thought it would be. Someone opened up the door for me. Girl like you, girl like you, must be you that caused this feeling in me. You that fills me confidently. You that brings the best out in me. Begin to figure out what to do, so I leave it to you. I only know that when you're away from me, nothing satisfies the need in me. A girl like you, girl like you, must be you that caused this feeling in me. You that fills me confidently. You that brings the best out in me. You.
I love that. I really got to do so many really fun Motown records. Page would always give me a shout to come in and work on those, and it was always fascinating to me because so many of the English musicians that I would work with, man, they cut their teeth, as the old saying goes, on American soul and Motown music and loved it. I mean, the Beatles, their earliest things that they recorded before they were actually even doing their own songs, for the most part, were covering old R&B tunes and songs. I know Phil Collins absolutely loved it, and he dedicated a whole album and a tour to doing music of that he grew up with and loving, and managed to he got Bob Babbitt to come out on the road with him, who's one of the great, he and Jamerson really held down that seat for so much of that kind of music, and it was great. Went out and saw the show, and Babbitt was a dear friend. It was great to hang out and watch him play and stuff. It was like going to another master class when you see people like that. But it's obvious Nigel was affected by that music too and really loved it. So I'll give you one more song here. This is called "Songs I Sing," and then I'm going to tell about something else, and then we will all move on to our days here. So here we go, "Songs I Sing."
Sometimes when I'm all alone, people I have known come to mind. People you'll easily find hidden in the songs I sing. Lovers who have been and have gone, others who always live on, somewhere in the words of my song. These are the songs I sing. These simple songs I sing, they're all that I have to give you. And so, if you want to know which of all these people is me, look around, and there I will be, hidden in the songs I sing.
I think some of these things you find on YouTube, I think, are uploaded from people recording off of their LPs. Because when you're listening, hearing that, the little bit of scratching from a record on there. I mean, the fidelity's always, I'll always love to listen to a record over probably almost any other format. When it's clean and you got a good system, there's something so big and rich and beautiful about it. But I was just hearing a little of that in there, so I was thinking, this might have been uploaded from the actual album. But and another cool thing about Nigel was he's a racing freak, car freak. He may have even been on Team Ferrari at one point. I mean, he was a serious driver, and he loves high performance vehicles. That was always a great thing. We'd always talk about that. And that's always kind of the fun thing when you know, like Jeff Beck with hot rods and all this. Everybody's got their different things. J. Peter Robinson, who was the keyboard player on Phil's No Jacket Required album and previous with him, and he was in Quatermass and Brand X and all this. Every time I see him, he'll come over to my house and he's driving a McLaren or something like that, and he's just like he's always going out to the courses and taking a day and going out there and just putting his cars through their paces. So it's cool. It's really cool. But Nigel's great. And it's great that he's still, I mean, nobody's at it at this point, but you know, when I saw him out there on Phil's tour, it was just great to see him and the band, and they're all like just doing great. And I felt really bad the other weekend. Davey Johnston called me about maybe coming over and doing it like a yard party, and because he doesn't live that far away, but I was already doing something that I couldn't change, so I had to pass on it. But hopefully, maybe we'll do something down the pike, entertain his neighborhood. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm gonna get jamming here and pack up some gear and head over to Judith Owens and do some recording with her, and then I'm gonna come back home and I have to film something, and then I have another project I have to get started on. So, you know, trying to stay busy. You know, to me, I'm enjoying everything, but like I told somebody yesterday, I said everything is Plan B at this point, because Plan A, I'd be on tour and we'd be out working and playing every night, and that I am missing profoundly. That's my life's blood. So hopefully, you know, in the next, you know, many months, we'll be able to start getting back into some of that again, as long as people are, you know, taking care of business and getting well and healing the society. So have a great day. Have a great day. We'll be in the weekend tomorrow, and I'll still be back here. Like I've said in the past, like gum on your shoe, I'll be here. But we just want to wish everybody a great weekend. And next Tuesday will be the live stream, so mark that down for all you Clubhouse members. That'd be great to see you. And if anybody, I mean, there's been a lot of people that have joined this channel. Now, I haven't talked about that much, but if you have, our Clubhouse has got some of the coolest people I've ever known in it. It's just a beautiful community that's evolved during this period. And it's really, it's become our channel. Everybody is pretty amazing in it. So there's links on all these videos to the Clubhouse to join up on that. So if you're at all interested in checking it out, because in the beginning people were saying, "Oh man, I'm not a bass player. I'm not a musician. I don't know what I would talk about." That's such a small part of it. We spend time talking food, all kind of gardening, you name it. I'm happy to go with whatever the community wants to talk about. So if you feel like it, check it out and see if it's something that you'd like to come in and hang, because it's a fun hang. It's a great bunch of people. So I'm going to get running here. Put my daily thank you out to everybody working in the medical field, in the public field, anybody who's putting themselves somewhat in harm's way still, because we are still in harm's way, no matter how many things people are saying, "Oh, it's all, you know, the pretending it's over and all this," and then you hear all these spikes and stuff come out. Be very smart about this, because these people that are working hard have been working a long time trying to save lives and save our society. And they are the true heroes of this entire period to me, and I thank them every day. I can't wait to not thank them when we have all of this behind us. But there's always something, and those people are always to be thanked. They're pretty amazing. Teachers, hospital workers, the caregivers, people working in the supermarket, everybody that has to deal with public, you know, all the time. So take good care, and I will see you all tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.